Morning guys, Mark here from One Stop. I've got something a little bit special with you guys. We're here today at G.A.S, Global Air Supplies UK, talking to Ian, the guy most of you will know and recognise has been in the industry for a while. This is the UK's first dedicated ventilation wholesaler, specifically for hydro market, which is a really big important thing, and we'll go into that so much more as we move through. So, Ian,
how you doing, Mark?
How's it going? Been in the industry for 20 odd years. Do you want to give us a walkthrough about what you've done over those 20 years?
Yeah, started as a retailer 20 years ago, built on the retail base, basically opened 2 branches, one in Sheffield, one in Barnsley.
So one of the granddads of hydro growing
yeah, basically we were one of the aquaculture and us basically were around this area.
Yeah.
Built into 2 stores and basically built on the back of that. Did really well in retail, but the wholesalers we were dealing with at the time weren't the best wholesalers, let's say. So we decided to bring our own products in and started working with suppliers, and then Direct Garden Supplies was born.
Yeah.
And we started to manufacture and distribute products through Direct Garden Supplies.
So many products such as G.A.S Flood and Drain came from you guys. You brought Rhino filters to the UK.
Yeah, we brought Rhino filters, Green Power contactors, let's say go back, IWS, one of the biggest flood and drain systems on the market, probably still is.
Yeah.
Gold
recognisable brands by most people in the hydro market as we speak. So
yeah.
Gold label 60/40.
Yeah, we actually, I'm not saying I invented 60/40 mix, but I went to Gold label and said I needed a media to work in my system, and 60/40 mix came out of that, and we were the first guys to make 60/40 mix.
Yeah. So been around for a while, had a lot of impact, brought a lot of products to the UK. So guy that knows his stuff and that knows the market and knows what end users are required and to do from there. So obviously G.A.S, you then took it as far as you could.
Yeah, Direct Garden Supplies grew and grew and grew, and basically I felt I couldn't take it any further.
Yeah.
I was approached by Nutriculture. We had 35 staff at the time, and I just found it really, really stressful. Didn't believe that I could take the company any further, and Nutriculture promised to put infrastructure into the company and take it to the next level with me basically involved within the company. So I signed a deal, a 5-year deal, where basically I worked within Nutriculture for 3 years and hoped that I would carry on working at Nutriculture basically for the rest of my career.
While you were in with, obviously combined with Nutriculture, you did quite a bit of renovations of other products, so the aeroponic crops were redesigned, weren't they?
Yeah, the aeroponic crops we redesigned. We designed the DWC systems, what you see now from Nutriculture. The controllers, the new Rhino controllers, we kind of designed and worked with back in the day, and these are things you're seeing coming out of Nutriculture as we speak.
So being very innovative in the market as well.
I was product development director, BDD, basically worked within the industry, helping Nutriculture launch new products. After 3 years ended, I had a 2-year non-competing clause where I couldn't compete back in the market, and I felt I could no longer work within Nutriculture in that kind of corporate environment. So for the last 2 years, kind of been out of the industry, but been working with System Air for at least the last 18 to 12 months, so developing new products.
Laying the foundations to some of the new products that we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah, we are System Air's UK distributor, so anybody buying any System Air products buys through G.A.S first.
Yeah.
It's the first time System Air have actually invested money into horticultural based products. We normally take a product from them and bring it into our industry. They're now seeing the benefit of working with us and bringing in new exciting products.
So some of these actual products we're going to talk about later on, do separate videos, are actually designed for our industry, designed for our market, designed specifically for what we need them to do, rather than, like Ian says, bastardising something and making the best of what we can with it as well. So why did you go down into ventilation? Why is it so important?
Basically, we run the retail store. I had a retail store for 12-15 years. Really enjoyed being in retail. Couldn't do retail and wholesale at the same time. It kind of clashed. Built G.A.S up to basically be a really good wholesaler, selling other people's products mainly. And I noticed there's no ventilation specialist in our industry. So you go to a filter wholesaler and you ask them for pressure drops on filters, you ask them for pressure drops on fans, you ask any technical information from most of these guys, and they haven't got a clue, because basically they're selling a product for somebody else. Where Global Air Supplies wants to be a ventilation company for horticulture, so that we can basically give you the information to create the best environment for your grow room.
And we all know that environment is key. You get your environment right, everything else flows. If your environment's to cock, you can throw as much money as you want at it, and you're never going to achieve good things.
In retail, all I used to ask is what the environment is first. They can buy £300, £400, £500 lights, the best nutrient, the best growing medium, the best systems. But if your environment's wrong, they might as well not be growing. So always get the environment right, and build on the back of that.
And for those guys who want to talk about environment more, definitely something to research is VPD. And again, I'm sure there's going to be lots more products in the pipeline that's going to help with VPD.
Yeah, we're focusing on VPD next. We've got a lot of products being designed at the moment to work in the VPD, what nobody else has done at the moment.
Cool. So let's just give a list of some of the products that we're going to talk about today. So carbon filter, Carbo Air.
Yeah, basically everybody knows me for bringing in the Rhino filter, a really successful product, a great filter at the time. Basically I was given the product and rebranded it and created the Rhino range. So basically it was more a brand exercise than a product exercise.
Yeah.
So what I've done, I've gone away again and put filters back where they should be. I've stripped the filters down, worked with a filter manufacturer, worked with System Air, and designed a filter what works specifically with fans. It's not just a filter, it's specifically designed to work with System Air products.
Cool. And again, we'll go over and do an actual product video on that. Diffuse airs. This is a little favourite one of mine. I'm actually a little bit in love with it, and it's one of the simplest things.
Yeah, diffuse air, fantastic little product. Again, bringing all the experience from retail and wholesale. Oscillating fans, absolute nightmare to have in a grow room. They take space up, they break. They're not meant to work in a humid environment.
We turn them on and we run them 24/7, and they're supposed to be on for a couple of hours a day on a hot sunny day in an office, aren't they?
Yeah, and realistically they just blow air around. The diffuse air diffuses air into your room. And if you're in any restaurant, any kind of industrial area, look up and you'll see diffusers being used. You never see oscillating fans being blown in these kind of environments.
Cool. Revolution fans.
Yeah, Revolution fans. We've created the Revolution EC fan, and we've basically put it into a silent housing, because the Revolution fan is such a powerful fan that basically people coming back to us saying it's just a little bit too noisy. It's great, the airflow is fantastic, the pressure's great, it just needs to be a little bit quieter. So we've gone back to a drawing board and made a silence fan.
Phonic ducting.
Again, great ducting. We don't want to just sell ducting, combi ducting, silver ducting, the cheap acoustic ducting, what comes from China. We don't want to be known for selling something what's already out there. We wanted to bring a better ducting in, which basically says what it does. It's a phonic ducting. It silences the air without really decreasing the airflow through the ducting.
Cool. I take it doing all metal work in between and everything else.
Basically, there's a lot of metal work comes from abroad. You know yourself when you're reaching, you're cutting your fingers, really sharp kind of metal. This stuff is ventilation-based products, so we're bringing the ventilation market into our market, and we're trying to bring quality products, not cheap Chinese stuff.
Cool. And I'm going to push him. Any little tips, any secret upcomings that you can let slip yet, or are you going to keep tight-lipped?
Yeah, we're going to keep tight-lipped, because we know what the industry's like. People see what we're doing and they're straight onto it and trying to copy it. So we're going to basically release things as they're finished, so we can get a good run at the market.
Sounds good to me. So cheers guys for having a watch. That just gives you a bit of background of G.A.S, where Ian's been, and watch out this space for the actual product videos. Cheers guys.
Thank you.